Hey everyone, if you've got a dog here in Greensboro, you already know what a great place it is for getting out and about. So today, we're going to talk about how to find the right dog trainer to make sure all those adventures are actually, fun for everyone.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? Real-world training isn't just about sit and stay in your living room. It's about having a dog that can stroll calmly downtown, isn't overwhelmed by everything happening at LeBauer Park, and is just a good neighbor, whether you're in Adams Farm or Lindley Park.
So where do you even start? Well, before you open up Google to look for trainers, the very first step is to figure out what you actually need. Getting clear on your goals is going to set you up for success.
So let's just ask the big question. What's the goal here? I mean, what specifically do you want to fix or teach? The more precise you are, the easier it'll be to find the right person. Are we talking about a brand new puppy, or is there one particular issue that's driving you a little crazy?
Maybe it's a puppy, and you need the whole shebang, potty training, socialization, all of it. Or maybe your arm feels like it's going to pop off every time you go for a walk. The goals can be anything from basic stuff, like not jumping all over your friends when they come over, to bigger things like anxiety or fear. Just figuring out that main priority is huge.
Okay, next up, think about how you and your dog learn best. Group classes, they're awesome for getting your dog used to other dogs and people. But, if the problem is barking at your own front door, a group class isn't going to help much. That's where in-home lessons really shine. And then you have things like day training or board and trains, which can be a big boost. But just make sure they're also going to teach you how to keep the training going. That part's critical.
All right, so you've got your goals, you've got an idea of the style you want. Now for the big part. How do you spot a real pro? There are definitely a few things you want to look for.
First and foremost, you want to hear the words positive reinforcement. This is really the standard now for good, humane, and effective training. It's all about rewarding the good behavior, showing your dog what you do want them to do, instead of just punishing what you don't. It builds trust, and honestly, it just works. This should be a non-negotiable.
You might see a bunch of letters like these after a trainer's name. Now, to be clear, trainers in North Carolina don't have to be certified, but seeing these is a really good sign. It means that person has put in the time and money to get educated, they're committed to modern, humane methods, and they really take this seriously as a profession. And beyond the training philosophy, just look for basic professionalism. Think of it like hiring any other pro. Do they communicate well? Are their policies clear? And a big one, do they actually encourage you to ask questions? You should feel totally comfortable talking to them right from the get-go.
All right, let's get down to the brass tacks, money, and what to ask when you call them.
Yeah, I know this is a question on everyone's mind. What's this going to cost? It's totally fair to want a realistic idea of the budget, so let's just look at the typical ranges you'll see around Greensboro.
As you can see, the prices really do vary. Group classes are usually your most affordable route. Private lessons obviously cost more because you're getting that one-on-one focus. And then those really intensive programs, like a board and train, are a much bigger investment. Just keep in mind that the price usually reflects the trainer's experience and exactly what you're getting in the package.
So when you're ready to actually contact a trainer, have these questions handy. You'll want to ask about their methods. Make sure you hear that positive reinforcement phrase. Ask about their background and their credentials. A really important one is asking how they'll customize things for your dog specifically. And of course, get all the details on costs and scheduling right up front, no surprises.
Okay, so once you've hired a trainer and you're learning things, the work isn't over. You've got to practice. So let's bring it all back home to Greensboro and talk about some local rules and a few good spots to practice all those new skills.
This one's pretty simple but really important to know. In Greensboro, if your dog is off your property, it has to be on a leash. That's the law. So good leash manners are a must. The good news, though, is that you don't have to worry about a separate city or county dog license.
But here's what is required by North Carolina state law: a current rabies vaccine. You've got to make sure your dog is up to date and has that tag on their collar. That's a big one for everyone's safety.
So where can you put this stuff into practice? Well, all of Greensboro's greenways and trails are fantastic for working on those leash skills. And for practicing recall, coming when called, the city's dog parks are the perfect spot to do that safely off-leash. It's always a good idea to check a park-specific rules before you head out.
At the end of the day, finding the right trainer is really just about making your life with your dog here in Greensboro better. I mean, a well-behaved dog makes everything easier and more fun, right? From just relaxing at home to walking around the neighborhood to having people over. The right training really does open up the whole city for both of you to enjoy. I hope this helps, and I wish you the best of luck.